Hello friends, here we will see the work of A.C.Bradley. The title of the work is The Substance of Shakespearean Tragedy. The another name of this work as Shakespearean Tragedy. If you did not subscribe my channel, please subscribe for more videos like this. A.C. Bradley stands as a giant at the beginning of the 20th century, though in truth, Bradley may be seen as the culmination of Victorian criticism. Bradley's most important book is Shakespearean Tragedy, published in the year 1904, which contains a penetrating analysis of Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, and Macbeth. The substance of Shakespearean tragedy is a lecture of the first monumental work. It contains 9 more lectures, 1 construction and 2 each on the 4 great tragedies. He responded to the richness and profundity of Shakespeare's characters, the deeper springs of their conduct, and the elaborate brilliant play of their conscience. He tended to treat Shakespeare's character as if they were real people who have an off-stage existence. Here he is at his best, often both penetrating and exhilarating, and this interest also helps to place Bradley in his own age, or rather at the end of an age. In the period of 19th century novel, with its elaborate and often magnificent development of the individual character, reading this, it is impossible not to recall that Bradley's Shakespeare's lectures were being delivered during the very years when Henry James was writing his later novels. Bradley was adequately equipped for his work by his serious study of the plays for more than 20 years while teaching at Liverpool, Glasgow, and Oxford, as well as his frequent visit to the theatre. He was also well versed in ancient and modern literature, criticism, history, philosophy, and theatre. His Shakespearean tragedy deals with the 4 wings of the Shakespearean spirit as a whole, though the plays are also discussed individually. He showed his awareness of earlier theories such as Aristotle's and Hegel's, but he evolves his own concept of Shakespearean tragedy. His Shakespearean criticism belongs to the tradition of Coleridge. As Bradley himself said in his introduction, in the lecture, I propose to consider the 4 principal tragedies of Shakespeare from a single point of view. His approach is not historic or comparative, and his poetry will be passed by in silence. In the beginning of his lecture, he finds his aim through a series of questions. His aim to see the substance common to the 4 tragedies, the substance in Shakespeare's tragic conception of life. But Shakespeare did not have a theory of tragic poetry like Aristotle, the great Greek philosopher, or Corneille, the French dramatist. This will be derived from the tragedies where he represents a certain aspect of life in a certain way. But this is not the entire vision of Shakespeare, as Shakespeare is greater than anyone or group of his plays. Hamlet, Henry IV represent different positions, and also this is not Shakespeare's personal view, but what was revealed in his plays where he expresses his deepest and most cherished convictions about fundamental questions of life. The Bradley proceeds to analyze the vision of Shakespearean tragedy. Unlike Greek tragedy, a Shakespearean tragedy includes a large number of characters, but it is a tragedy of one person. Only in the 2 love tragedies, Romeo and Juliet and Antony and Cleopatra, both the hero and heroine are equally important. Why not Macbeth? Lady Macbeth is stronger, but the focus is only on Macbeth. The story includes the trouble part of hero's life leading to his death. Note the word leading, because the death is casually linked with the life that precedes it. Not immediate or accidental, but the suffering is not dragged by illness or little cares, but unexpected and contrasted with earlier happiness. The tragic calamity is different from dreadful or piteous events. Like Aristotle, Bradley also identifies pity and terror as principal tragic emotions, both also there, one fear and one more is pity. To evoke pity, the calamity must affect a larger circle, but the amount of pity and terror varies from the play to play. Some has more terror or the fear feel, some has more pity feel. Broadly distinguishes Shakespearean tragedy from medieval tragedy as that of Dante or Chaucer Monk's Tale. The latter shows the falls of eminent men such as Adam in narrative form. They evoke fear because it shows that man is blind and helpless before fortune, which overthrows him suddenly and completely, as man cannot do in front of his fate. This is all about the substance of Shakespearean tragedy written by A.C. Bradley. If you like this explanation, let me know in the comment box. Also, like this video and subscribe my channel. Thank you one and all.